You are listening to SheKings with Erica and Allie. This is a podcast for peasants who don't want to live shitty lives. Every week we share insights on how to stop living out of habit and start living out of inspiration. So let's do this.
Welcome everyone. Welcome to SheKings. And who is SheKings? What do we do besides drop some knowledge, make you laugh?
Shit. Well, every week we bring clarity to overused spiritual buzzwords and little-known spiritual concepts so that you can live a life with more freedom and ease. That's what we're supposed to. We don't really talk about how irreverent we are. It's just like plain respectful. Like
it's a
how
given.
we show up sometimes.
It's a given. Well,
but anyway,
real quick, let's talk about, we just finished the Summer Solstice mung cleanse, and we want to say thank you for everyone who jumped on, who joined us, who participated in the meditations and the walking, all that good stuff.
Yeah, no, it was,
yeah.
People took it so seriously, and yeah, the energy was just coming through. You had the energy of the universe, you had the energy of the people who were so serious about just committing to doing something for themselves. You know, it was like, let me give myself this time. And they took the time and they did the work, because we had the cleanse aspect, which we provided a specific recipe that people could use, some alternatives. But we also had the spiritual side, where people every day got an email into their inbox that had me and Allie's beautiful faces and our beautiful voices sort of taking folks through meditations and yoga, and also some questions. And you know, we were able to share some channeled messages with people every day. So whatever they sent us, we were able to essentially do some coaching on the spot. And yeah, I think that people got good benefit from it, and it was awesome for us. Did you enjoy it, Allie?
I enjoyed it. I liked it. Yeah, I liked it. It forced me to write, because I was on my streak of writing, and then I paused for a little bit, and this allowed me to hop back in and keep writing with some deeper thoughts.
Did it, you sound like you had some hesitation, like, I enjoyed it. Did it like bring anything, did it bring anything up for you that was like, eh?
Yeah, it has. It was, and I actually worked through it, and I did my live the other day around it. Just showing up more, like, yeah. and not by more, I mean, you know, like constantly, but just putting a little more depth to what I'm offering, instead of just like, you know, hey, checking in, saying hi, breathe deep through the belly, you know, all those good things, but a little more depth to it. Yeah.
Yeah. I think that's been a big shift that we've also had, even, you know, in the SheKings social. Like, there are those quick things, those sort of quick hits, but yeah, just the desire to go a little bit deeper. I think for you and I, we have so many people that we're working with, and so we take that deep dive multiple times a day. And so, yeah, it feels like, at least for me, when I try to go that deep on social, there's not enough time or space or energy to like actually say everything that I want to say. And, you know, sometimes I'll post just a one-liner, and then people want more in the comments. And then in the comments, I'm like writing like 12-page letters to them, like, yeah, you know, but this is how it goes. But anyway, it was awesome. It was fantastic. Yeah.
You always go deep. So even when we set up our shows and stuff, you're constantly asking like deeper questions. So I love that about you.
Yeah, man. And you always bring that energy. Like, like whenever I'm watching because I will literally just like go blah 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 blah, deeper, deeper, deeper. But you like bring the
Bring the
energy to it.
fire.
And I'm noticing with your videos that you're doing now that you are really showing up, really sharing yourself. And it's so awesome. And I it's just pulling people towards you because they know what they're coming towards, right? They're like, oh, it's not just this, you know, yogi. It's not just this, you know, pretty girl. It's not just this. It's like, I feel like I am feeling the energy, like the radiating energy of your light, which is what we're going to talk about today. So that's kind of perfect. So yeah, we just shared what's been going on with both of us. We just concluded the cleanse.
Yeah.
Do you have a that's my shit, or
Oh
the universe
man.
laughing at you?
I don't know if I've been connected with anything that I would be like, oh my gosh, this is amazing right now. Oh, wait. I've been doing the so right now I'm doing like the water, the lemon, the cayenne pepper, and the maple syrup. And that's been feeling really good in my body. So the master cleanse. Yeah. And it's not like a strict master cleanse, but I'm doing it pretty much majority of the day. And then I might have a little snack at night.
Mm-hmm.
And then that's it. But so that's what I'm on right now. But I feel like, you know, mung bean cleanse onto the master cleanse.
Right. Like one after another. But I mean, if it's what your body is asking for, then yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah. So that was it for mine right now.
Yeah,
and I liked it. I enjoyed it. I'm enjoying it. Yeah.
awesome.
But the one thing that I've learned because of the cayenne pepper and the lemon, if you're really thirsty, that's not the drink for you. You cannot chug it after doing like a lot of sun A's because the hot pepper, it hurts. And then I can't catch up because I'm like, because all the cayenne pepper, it's kind of intense. So, so just to know, if you're going to drink it, it's not like a refreshing, like, let me guzzle this drink, because it's not going to fare well with you at all.
Or you could do something that Allie would never do. Just put a little bit less cayenne pepper.
Nope. If you're in it, you're in it. I want to see those tears, the watering eyes, the tears ignite and run down your face.
Back to what I was saying earlier. Allie brings that energy. Maybe you call it crazy, like a cray. She brings the cray, like extreme, like go energy. And I'm like digging down, like in one place, like. Like, guys, we don't have to move. We don't have to do anything. We just keep going deeper right here. Allie's like out front, like, guys, I see what's happening. Come on.
Let's go. Forge ahead. Yeah, that's what I'm about.
The way my energy is set up, I can't be all running around and like choking on cayenne pepper. It just doesn't work for me.
Oh my gosh. All right, we'll give it a try. Let us know what you think. All right. Episode 47. So this is show yourself, be seen.
Yes. And I'm going to hop in and say, if you guys don't know, all of Allie's social media pages are called Allie Duncan Be Seen. So why are we talking about this, Allie? Why did you name your pages Be Seen?
Right.
Was it like a message to yourself, or is it a message to others?
It's a message to everybody. And why I did that was I always put myself in like little safe boxes, little safe compartments. And this is how I show up for people. Yeah. And then it's, and then when I want to say something or do something, I don't, because it doesn't fit into that little box that I created for myself. Right. Because when we fit into this little box, then we attract people who want to see us in that box, right? That makes them feel comfortable too.
Yes. Oh my gosh.
And then, so then you're constantly working through, oh, I really want to say this. I really want to share this, but that's out of the box. And so, I just got done doing that. And so that's why I created like Be Seen, like just start showing up, offering what you have to say.
And I absolutely love that.
Yeah.
It's so interesting because I've actually been exploring that for myself recently, and sort of the two boxes that I've created for myself over the past, let's say, 5 years. One is the spiritual box, and sort of what that entailed. It was sort of always essentially waiting, like waiting for the universe to bring certain things to me, and you know, deferring to God at every turn, like, oh no, what would you have me do? Yada, yada, yada. And then this other extreme of the like creator and the manifester, right? Which is how most of us spend most of our lives. So I would say probably the first 30 plus years of my life was that. And then now I'm kind of circling back around to that and starting to realize how they fit together. But the creator manifester, like that as a box, also has its limitations, because all of a sudden you're constantly go, 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 and you're trying to make things happen. And it's like this extreme force energy. And like that doesn't feel good either. And so what I've been exploring really recently as I'm working on my book, working on my group program, is what would it mean to like throw those ideas away and like show up as you are and be seen in the moment without the boxes, and like really being hyper aware of when you're creating those boxes. So yeah, I absolutely love that. So that's why we're talking about it. What other types of boxes do people tend to create that are maybe a little bit less cerebral than what I'm talking about?
I think for women put themselves in boxes as far as like not speaking up. And it's not speaking up in a way that, you know, I don't want to be seen, but really sharing how they feel instead of saying yes, yes, yes all the time. You know, they don't want to be seen as somebody who says no, right? Because in their mind, a perfect mom would say yes, yes, yes to this. But if they want it and they want to be seen that way, so then how would they be seen if it was a no? If they said, no, actually, I'm not going to do that. I don't want to be a part of that. I don't want to do another play date.
Absolutely. Right. I do not. Right. How about you sit your butt on the couch, okay, and watch TV like we did when we were kids. We're not going out every day all day. Goddamn.
Lay in the dirt. Normal.
Lay in the dirt. Go outside and get a stick and find a worm and like pick, like this is what you do. Okay. I'm not running around these streets all day. Yes, that absolutely. I think that you know, this idea of being weak, right? I feel like that's a box that we put ourselves into when we can't really share our vulnerability and how we're really feeling as well. And so you feel like I have to be this stoic, strong human being. And then here you go. You're not allowing yourself to actually be seen when you start to put yourself in these boxes, because maybe you do want to, you know, have a meltdown, right? Like maybe you do want to whatever. And so I find just definitely women, but men as well with that one. Jesus.
Yeah.
Like really strong, being the provider when you don't want to do anything for men, for women, if you're the breadwinner in the family. But I just want to quit. I just want to lay down. I want to stand up. I want to scream. Maybe I'm not going to, but I want to stay at the dinner table. I don't want to do this anymore. But we're so locked into the mental prisons that we've created for ourselves, and we believe they're real.
Right. Yep.
Yep.
Yeah. And then just focusing on how can I still voice what I want and still hold the integrity of how we see ourselves, right? Because obviously, if you keep presenting a certain way to your group of people and then you shift, of course, they're going to see you a different way. And that's not the problem. That's nothing to be worried about. It's how you see yourself, right? So when you are seen in a certain way, when you voice, this is what I want, like, does it allow you to be stronger? Do you feel powerful? Do you feel freer, lighter? Like, that's what's important. Not worrying about what other people think about you. And that's huge.
And I think even how you see yourself, that's not even it. I feel like it's even about how you feel yourself, right?
Yeah.
Because like, it's like, this is when we go past, we start to drop those boxes of like how I even want to see myself. Like I have no way of how I want to see myself, but this is what wants to come through right now. So Move
Yeah.
bitches. Like it's coming out. Like if you don't want to get touched by this, you might want to get out of my way. But I also find that when you are so aligned within yourself and what you're feeling and what wants to come through, that people do come with you.
Yes.
They do.
Yeah.
Period. And those who don't can go. I always want to say something.
I mean, no, I hear you. I hear you without hearing you.
Yeah, I'm not going to say it, but they can go away. So, one more question on why we're talking about this. We were talking a little bit about how this comes about, that we find ourselves not wanting to be seen, because it's a fucking epidemic.
Yes.
Like and it's not just about people who are operating in their families, but it's about people who are entrepreneurs and they need to show up in a particular way. It's about people who are work for companies, whether it's McDonald's or Microsoft, that don't want to show up, don't know how to show up as their full selves. Why do you think that people sort of become this? Like, how do we get this implanted in all of us throughout the world? It's a worldwide epidemic.
It is. Yeah, your voice just sounded really funny right there. Because the fear of failure is so huge. It's the fear of failure, and it's the fear of being not being accepted. So rejected, right? So the fear of rejection, the fear of failure is so strong, and it's been implanted in pretty much everybody on the face of this earth. I mean, I don't know everybody, but I'm going to generalize just for this moment, that to branch out of that, to step out on your own, to be seen in a certain way that you really want to be seen, is just nerve-wracking. It really is. And so if you think, how we were molded as children, get along, play to get along, don't talk too loud, follow the rules, be this pretty little princess, be this gentleman. And so when we're structured that way, then it is challenging to step out of it.
Absolutely. I love what you're saying. It's this idea that I think it's just watching Asha and other kids around me. I think that there is just a desire to fit in.
Yeah.
Once you hit a certain age. And then you also have that like outside influence of people who you're trying to fit in with your other like 5-year-olds. But then you have the outside influence of parents who have spent their entire lives fitting in and have spent their entire lives following the rules, who have suppressed their joy, their passion, their creativity, because they need to, put food on the table, because this is the way it's done in whatever culture you find yourself in. And so so you have that desire, and then simultaneously your, authority figures are kicking out that same energy to you. And so by the time you wake up to the fact that like, okay, it was nice to fit in, but now I want to stand out again. Now I want to like feel myself again. You have created so much pressure, such a pressurized situation, really in your own mind, but also maybe still coming from your family, maybe still coming from your social group. And yeah, you're kind of lost in the sauce. There's no space now for your own meanness to come out and be seen. Like you said, there's so much fear around it.
And then also along with that, so then let's say you do step out and be seen, but then it doesn't feel or look how you thought it would feel or look. And so then you get discouraged, and then you go back, or you step out and you basically mess it all up. You make some things that make it look not pleasant or embarrassing or whatever. And so then you're uncomfortable. And then because the whole body wants to push away from being uncomfortable.
Yes.
It just doesn't want to be uncomfortable. And so that's why not being seen is safe. It's just safe. And we were talking about, so when we talk about like, what does being seen mean to most people? What do you think?
I think that the big thing around, for me, as I look at people and experience it myself, is that people aren't so much talking about letting that like life force energy flow through them, and then sitting there and like shining it out. Like that's what it means to be seen. Like you stand there as yourself, naked. They're not, and do whatever it is that the universe is asking you to do, right? Like this is what it literally means to be seen. So I'm kind of skipping ahead here, but like that's what it means. But people make it something that is completely different. They're not even concerned about what they're asked to do. They're not concerned about shining bright. They're not concerned about taking those intuitive hits and those like things that just want to flow through you and making them manifest in the world. That's what it would mean to be seen. They're instead concerned with how is it going to be received, right? Right. They're not, it's not a self-focused thing when they start talking about being seen, which it should be. It is a other people focused thing. Yeah. So this person is going to think I'm loud. Are enough people going to follow me? Is this even a good idea? Are people going to accept that idea? It's just this whole long list of things that literally have nothing to do with the actual calling on your life. And so I think it would be so interesting for our listeners to get really honest with themselves about what's stopping them from being seen. It's not the actual things they want to be seen for. Right. It's how they think it's going to be received.
Yes. Yeah. How many likes you're going to get. And I'll offer up a personal thing is, I mean, I've been talking about doing a GoFundMe for the studio for so long, right? And then this COVID thing hit, and now we're kind of picking back up, but we're not picking back up as fast as I would like. So now we're shooting the video for the GoFundMe. And my whole thing from the time that I thought of it till now, and now I don't care, is what if I like, put it up there and it shows, this is my goal, and then it shows $10. And that's it, just $10.
Ellie will buy $10. I just want you to know. If there is money on that thing and there's only one, it came from your girl.
Thank you. I appreciate you. But instead of sharing the message of the studio, like this is what it is what we do. These are the beautiful souls who teach here. Here's some of the students, to just get it out there. I was focused on, but what if I only get like just like this much? But now it's totally shifted to be like, no, this is the message. I want to get the message out, what the studio does and what it supports. So yeah. So, and I get it.
I love that shift. It's the perfect shift. It's like that studio is going to sit there. It's going to shine bright. It's going to do what the heck it needs to do. Right. And like, it really doesn't have anything to do with what the reception is, right? Like,
yeah.
God said, do it. Go and do it right now, Allie. Go and shine. Go and do the thing. Absolutely. So yeah, this is like, if you're listening, this is the ultimate call out. If you are struggling with being seen as strong, powerful, as vulnerable, as feminine, as masculine, and we all have both energies running us simultaneously, man or woman. So it's not about man or womanness. As whatever you are, whatever is being called out of you, ask yourself if you're actually struggling with doing the thing. Right. And which, we've done plenty of shows on when we're struggling on like actually making the steps. But I think that if we panned out of those shows, it wouldn't be even struggling with doing the thing necessarily. You know how to do the thing.
Yeah.
It is getting over this fear of being seen that really, really, really slows us down.
Yep. And I mean, we've talked about this for so long. And we do talk about, putting yourself out there to be vulnerable. What does vulnerability look like? And all that chit chatter around that topic. And it is, people want to see that you are human, that you have emotions, that they can relate to you. And so whatever you have to share, whatever you want to be seen in, then do it. And it can be something small. And I've been pushing this a lot on my pages, is supporting a Black business. Right? I'm sure for white-skinned folks, there may be some hesitation. Like, I don't know if I want to go in there. Like, I mean, are they going to, just like the stories. But then it's just like, be seen in this way to be like, no, I'm coming in here and I'm buying some stuff from you and I appreciate you. So yeah, because the story is what keeps us from not being seen. Again, it's never the action. And so just
Absolutely.
start making some action moves and just going, no, this is me. This is who
Absolutely.
I am. Yeah. And
Love
it,
it.
and if we go a little bit further into the concept is you are the only person in your universe anyway. And so if you're not stepping up
Tell
and
them.
seen, right, then there's nobody in your universe to honor you or represent you. Like it's just you. And so if you're not being seen and putting yourself out there, then the only person that you are doing a disservice to is yourself.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And that's why, one of the things I really want people to comprehend is that when you are struggling with the discomfort of showing yourself, of being seen, you really have to ask yourself, what about the discomfort of not being seen?
Yeah.
Because I've been there where I'm holding in God's light and it's really fucking uncomfortable.
Yeah.
It's really uncomfortable because it's on your mind all the time. It's not like God is like, oh, she doesn't want to do it. Well, I'll just go away. No, the energy keeps freaking plowing through you. It keeps going and going and going until you die. Right. And it doesn't have to be, I think another thing that just comes to mind is that it doesn't have to be that you win the whole enchilada in terms of showing yourself, right? Like a lot of times people, when they're thinking about showing themselves, they're thinking about the final product. You show yourself in the moment, which is just a SheKings philosophy. It's definitely an Erica philosophy. I'm
Yeah.
not talking about um, building it so they will come. I'm talking about just sitting where you are and like being seen right now in
Yeah.
the tiniest little space, right? Like just, Allie and I, sharing with each other, sharing with ourselves, right? I love to go back and listen to our words. I literally, like, that has been really a joy for me because I'm always like, damn, those girls are so, like, what are you talking about? Like, I don't give a shit how many followers we have. I'm a follower. I am like, this is so good. And it really is. I mean, it's for me.
Yeah.
It's for me. Like, I'm like, I'm on it. So yeah.
Yeah. I'm glad to
Um,
have you as a fan.
listen, I'm just happy to be a fan. I'm just so happy that you guys show up and do this for me later when I listen again and again and again. Like,
Oh
seriously.
man, I love it. Okay, what is the homework? I think just simple. Like find one thing and we mix it. And I think we've done this before is find one thing that makes you uncomfortable and do it. Whatever it is, like be seen in that way. Make eye contact with somebody and say hi, right? You're being seen literally. Um, Man, there's so many little things that you can be seen doing.
Yeah, I love what you just said because moving from the island where it was just culturally something that we did, we looked people in the eyes and we said good morning, we said good afternoon, we said good night. Like it's just how we operated. And now moving back to Amsterdam where people are like ready to avoid your eyes, like literally like, don't look at me, don't look at me. And it's for me like to sort of transition back to the society something so it does feel vulnerable, right? Like we're talking about like showing up in your family and this that, but like even with a stranger it does feel vulnerable for me to just be like whatever, it's just fucking normal, dude. Like we're sharing a sidewalk together for this next like few seconds as we because they're so wide the sidewalks as well. Like we're walking next to each other. It's perfectly normal to say goedemorgen or whatever you say
Right.
um, to people. So I love that tiny
Yeah.
homework, Allie, of showing up in just such a small way.
Yeah. Yes, yes. All right. So that is it. It's powerful if you choose to engage in it and just start to put yourself out there to be like, yeah, this is my universe. I will be seen by myself and from other people too. It does play a huge, huge part in shifting.
All right,
So
guys.
where can they find you, Erica, as we close up this episode?
You can find me on all of the socials at Erica Danielle Overshares. And I want to put in a special plug for my bi-weekly um, open meetings in truth, where we talk about presence, peace, and power. And this is really a place where I like offer meditation, whatever energy that wants to come through in that moment. There's a small teaching, but then I open it up to people to just have them share what's going on in their lives, ask any questions, talk about their discomforts. And then whatever the universe is asking me to share with the person is what I give. And I think that people are getting a ton of clarity from it. So definitely find me on socials and get your invitation to the Open Meaning and Truth. And it's every other Thursday. So
Nice. I
yeah.
love that.
And
And
you, Allie?
you can find me at Allie Duncan Be Seen on all the Instagrams, Facebooks, all the things. And yeah, I'll be posting some more videos on my random thoughts and points that I've been learning about that I want to share with everyone. So you guys find
Allie's super active. Allie's super active right now, guys. So definitely follow her if you haven't already.
tap into that. So go to YouTube and watch our videos, and also give us some stars, some feedbacks. We would love that. And also on iTunes. And where else are we on? We're on Google Play.
We are. And we just got our first patron. Did you see that on Patreon?
No?
Totally haven't been pushing it at all or talking about it. But if you would like to support SheKings, definitely go to Patreon, type in SheKings, and what we suggest is $8 a month, but you can enter in any number that you would like, right? Like $11 a month.
$8.50, whatever.
Whatever. 44.
I love it. So thanks for tuning in, everyone. And we'll be back next week with a new episode.
Yeah.
Bye.